I'm Yuliang from CarGuide.PH. We're here in Luxembourg for a Philippine exclusive to test drive this, the latest Ferrari Grand Tourer, the 12Cilindri. Italians have a way of making everything sound so sexy. Now, I'll save you a Google Translate link because 12Cilindri simply means 12-cylinder. And that's straight to the point because that's the heart and soul of this vehicle right here. Now, at the time when other car manufacturers are doing turbocharging and electrification, well, Ferrari is having none of that nonsense because this right here is a 6.5-liter normally aspirated V12 with 830 horsepower, 678 Newton meters of torque, and a 9,500 RPM redline. Oh, just so lovely. Now, mated to this is an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission, which gives this car impeccable performance like a top speed of about 340 kilometers per hour. Now, compared to other Ferrari Grand Tourers of the past, the 12Cilindri takes on a different design approach. As you can see, no longer does it have the large gaping open mouth and an exaggerated long hood right here in the front. This one is about clean lines and proportions. It looks kind of like a 70s science fiction type of vehicle, and that's on purpose. And of course, you get things like the elements, which are a bit controversial, but also make this car as unique as it is. The front and rear parts of this car would probably be the most controversial simply because of this black band right here. And no, you can't order it in any other color. It's a hallmark to the previous Ferrari V12 such as the Daytona, and it's something that you will also see at the back. Now, the same black band is found at the back. As you would notice, it takes up almost the entire rear end. It integrates well with the glass, and this gives the 12Cilindri its unique signature, and it's something that you will probably notice even more at night. Now, inside, it's typical Ferrari in the sense that you get the same dual cockpit layout. It's something that we've already seen in the Purosangue and the 296. Here, though, the design is almost completely symmetrical. The driver still gets all his controls right here in the steering wheel with a large LCD gauge cluster right here. But unique to the 12Cilindri is the introduction of a new human-machine interface with a touchscreen right here in the middle. This one controls things like the infotainment, climate control, and of course, the standard wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The front passenger also gets their own screen if they want to get into the fun. The V12 engine used in the 12Cilindri is related to the one in the 812 Competizione, so definitely it's about the track-to-road type of application. What makes it different, though, is the way Maranello has tuned the soundtrack. The sound is very important to the Ferrari experience. In this one, they've tuned it to give it a clear, more fuller sound than ever before. They've made sure that the vehicle is all about usability. Now, it does have some monster torque figures, but the most important aspect is that 80% of that torque comes at just below 2,500 RPM, making this car extremely usable even in everyday traffic. And the secret, it seems, is a special software designed to manage the torque curve, especially in the critical third and fourth gear. The 12Cilindri also boasts tech all in the name of performance and handling. It starts with a shortened wheelbase compared to its predecessor and a near-perfect weight distribution. The 12Cilindri relies heavily on aerodynamic solutions for cooling and downforce. Like its modern ground effects, F1 car's air is channeled underneath and out the back to push the car down as speeds go up. Oh, and instead of adopting a rear spoiler, designers have used two active flaps that are integrated with the rear screen. This allows the 12Cilindri to switch between low drag or high downforce. The added bonus is that it makes the entire design look cleaner with a strong minimalist vibe. From there, it brings the best bits of Ferrari's modern range of high-performance sports cars. For example, the brake-by-wire and 6D chassis sensor from the 296 are here, as well as a 4-wheel steering system from the Purosangue. Also, specific attention was made to make sure the chassis would have improved rigidity at a lower weight. All in all, these technologies prove their point and are very useful whether you're on the road or track. Driven sensibly, the 12Cilindri is tame. You will forget that you have 830 horsepower at your disposal. Switch drive modes and you will feel that the 12Cilindri assesses the level of tire-to-road grip as soon as you start steering. It makes the entire experience almost telepathic. It certainly makes short work of the twisty, mountainous roads around North Luxembourg. Even through a short handling course on the Goodyear test track, the 12Cilindri proves that it's a capable car. It's extremely obedient, and despite its highly digitalized nature, it sticks to the fundamentals of fun-to-drive ingredients. The steering, brake responses, and braking, they all feel as they should, and that's a key part of what makes this car extremely good. Few cars can accelerate the way a Ferrari can, and among the lineup, the V12 Grand Tourer holds a special place. It is a car for connoisseurs, and you could say it's Ferrari's contribution to the automotive world since 1947. Now, the 12Cilindri comes from a long line of vehicles that essentially combines the capabilities of a road-going race car with the long-legged ability of a Grand Tourer. This is a car truly for the few.